This man doesn't need much of an introduction. He's one of the most successful as well as one of the most streamed artists of all time, let alone rappers of all time. Next to Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, he's regarded as one of the big three of the 2010s of rap, as well as part of this decade. And recently he released his highly anticipated album For All the Dogs, which I have so much to say about, honestly, but that's not for this video. I decided I want to do a little deep dive into Drake's discography over the years, give my ratings over the albums, and, you know, decent summaries on what I felt about him. Yeah, I kind of want to make this a series. If people like it, I'm going to make it a series. Let's do it.
I say,
Hey guys, it's Drake here. Want free V-Bucks? Give me your credit card information and your street address.
So Far Gone for me didn't age quite the best, even with the added nostalgia of certain songs that are on here. Drake's early career had him sounding like a watered down Lil Wayne, and the fact that he had 4 Lil Wayne features on this project didn't make that any fucking better. Because I don't see that as the best selling point, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want people to go out of their way to listen to you, don't offer us the better version of you throughout your entire debut project. But that's neither here nor there. The project still had some great highlights on it, including Best I Ever Had, which to this day is probably one of my favorite Drake songs. But even then, you know, he faces the issue which he has faced his entire career, in my opinion, where some songs just overstay their welcome. Like, why the fuck is Successful more than 6 minutes? 6 out of 10.
Toronto local beef.
yeah.
I'm aware of that. You sent a
Back
shot
in
my
the
way
day.
too. I heard it, but it was all right.
No, I didn't.
No, it was a little shot. It was a little shot, but it was okay. I didn't mind it.
Oh, you're
I didn't
right.
mind it. But
There's some growth shown on Thank Me Later, but it's not like substantial or anything massive. There's some very high highs on this project as well as some very low lows. Some of those high highs include Find Your Love and Fancy. But ultimately this does feel like just basically So Far Gone Part 2 to me, and my rating reflects that. 6.5.
Cause my top 5 is Drake, 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 Drake.
If we broke it off, then you know it wasn't painless.
Now Take Care is where Drake shows us growth in just about every aspect that you could ask for. I feel like this is where Drake really started to stick out and make his own lane and really define himself as an artist. Take Care to this day is arguably his best album ever, and I would say there are maybe 3 misses tops. And even then, when I say misses, I'm not even saying like, oh my god, ill, don't ever play this around me again. It's more so like, I could not listen to this and I'll just be fine. Plus, I still know all the words to Motto. So, 9 out of 10.
This is what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Let's go. That's what I wanted. Yes.
When you take the quality of the music on Nothing Was the Same and you combine it with when it came out and the time of my life that I was in, it kind of, like, I kind of have no choice but for this to be like my favorite Drake project ever. You're getting deeper looks into Drake's mind as well as vulnerability, and they're in more cohesive and interesting ways than he's done in the past. From Time and Furthest Thing to my favorite Drake songs ever. They might literally be my just 2 favorite Drake songs ever. I would say literally the only issue I have with this project is the song Own It, because it comes right after Wu-Tang Forever. And when you play those shits back to back, it just feels like 8 minutes of this nigga telling somebody to own it. Not to mention, overall, Wu-Tang Forever is just a more enjoyable song than Own It, so he really could have just took that shit off the project. But since it's still on there, I have to give this another 9 out of 10.
What does that sound?
Oh.
Can you stop doing that?
Oh.
Aubrey,
Yeah.
what are you looking at?
Bobby.
I remember sitting at the lunch table Googling all sorts of download links and ended up on all sorts of fucking websites trying to get If You're Reading This It's Too Late onto my phone. And once I finally got to listen to the project, I was a happy, happy man, because once again, Drake delivered on some good shit. As far as just straight rapping, I would argue that this is Drake at his best. Shouts out Quentin Miller. Not to mention, this album got Jungle on it. And Jungle's fucking Jungle. But I don't care what anyone says. The songs Preach and Company, they still don't do it for me that much. I don't know what it is. They just don't touch me in the places I like being touched at. So 8.5 out of 10, I think that's fair.
Oh, Carlos declined.
Embarrassing.
Carlos declined.
To this day, and I mean, like, Drake doesn't really do it nearly as much as, you know, he was doing it on What a Time to Be Alive. I don't like that, but I feel like Drake be fake loud sometimes on, like, hype songs. Like, I don't know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's kind of like that I'm on my Xbox talking shit to someone on Call of Duty, but my mom's in the other room type shit. Like, he doesn't have a yelling voice. But nonetheless, this is another great project with a great level of chemistry between him and Future. Songs like Jumpman and Digital Dash were like inescapable classics that, you know, we couldn't stop hearing for years. And even then, I would say Diamonds Dancing is probably my favorite song on the project. Another really, really solid project from Drake, and it honestly aged really well for me. So, 8 out of 10? Yeah, 8.
Drake legitimately did actually DM me some very mad, salty DMs that were weird and awkward.
I did not sleep on Views. It's not growing on me. It's never gonna grow on me. Shut the hell up. Y'all aren't gonna convince me to like Grammys. That song's boring as hell. Y'all not gonna convince me to listen to Child's Play as a grown-ass man where he talks about fucking like taking a girl's keys when she tries to go get tampons. It was a stupid fucking story. And you're not gonna get me to listen to Pop Stylist, especially if this is the version without fucking Kanye and Jay-Z. Got so many chains, they think I'm chaining Tatum. Exactly. I love Feel No Ways. And I love Keep the Family Close. I can't think of much other songs I would highlight off of this project. Overall, I think the album was boring. I didn't like a lot of the sound selections, and I hate the whole Jafaican accent that he be doing. The controller. 4.5 out of 10.
I don't miss, let alone miss you. Should have said you loved me today, because tomorrow is a new day. My brother, is you gay?
Even though I just slam dunked on Views because, you know, people are always like shoving it in my face, like, oh, you just got to go back to it and stuff. People have been saying that for however many years. I still think More Life is probably Drake's most overrated project, because when you talk about More Life with somebody else, it's like, oh, it's got this and it's got this and it's got this, and ultimately like they're ignoring the fact that the album is over 20 songs long, and they try to cope with, you know, oh, it's a playlist and shit. It's literally just good songs, like nice gems sprinkled around a bunch of dog shit. You still had to get through the dog shit to get to the fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't like dog shit. And I feel like this is the project where Drake really should have came to reality with the fact that he is an average singer. Because that high note that he tried to hit on Fake Love like pisses me off every time I hear it, and it makes me dislike the song altogether. And even the people who do like really, really enjoy More Life, at least as much as they like to portray that they do, y'all aren't listening to the fucking Skepta interlude. Y'all aren't listening to all these fucking British these other fake accents that he be doing, like corny as hell. Y'all aren't listening to 2 Gigs features. You niggas don't like Gigs. Y'all don't. Who likes Gigs? 5.5 out of 10.
What are you doing?
What?
Wait. Yo, you straight?
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Dog, we literally on there like me, Odell. We got.
I was no.
Care Package is a compilation of throwaways and unreleased songs. There's not really much to say about it. Some of them really could have just stayed as throwaways and unreleased and stuff. But then there's, you know, there's like Girls Love Beyonce and Draft Day and How Out Now. You know, there's some good shit on here. So, you know, like I'm not too mad at the fact that this project wasn't nothing crazy, but like still it wasn't nothing crazy. 5 out of 10.
Have you ever went on a Drake and Drive, bro? That might sound
A Drake
corny.
and Drive?
Sure.
That's not a term. Nobody says that.
More throwaways. Yay. Thank you so much. Aubrey is just what I wanted. Trash. I feel just about the same about this project as I do with Care Package. It's just a more updated sound to it, and overall slightly more enjoyable. I'm blanking on the name of that song that I really, really, really like. You know, I'm outside in the Angie. Two turn. Yeah, that shit hard. But yeah, like nothing crazy about the project. 5.5 out of 10.
You a lesbian girl, me too. Hey, say that you a lesbian girl, me too. Hey, say that you a lesbian girl, me too. Hey.
Now you might be thinking, whoa, didn't she go out of order? I misplaced it. And, you know, me making this because I didn't want to talk about this album because I hate it. I think it's Drake's worst project. Second worst project. Worst project. We'll see. Ratchet Happy Birthday and I'm Upset might be Drake's 2 worst songs ever. Like out of everything ever. Album is bloated to hell, and I feel like this is when Drake started to do that thing where to compensate for, you know, the lackluster music that he's making, he's just throwing jabs and shots at people throughout, you know, songs and shit just to keep the engagement up. But Emotionless and Nice for What are really nice songs. 3 out of 10.
Just listen to Certified Boy Lover and big surprise, it fucking sucks.
Remember when there was a debate between Certified Lover Boy and Donda when they dropped right around the same time? Yeah, what is wrong with y'all? Like, why? Like, it wasn't close. It still isn't close. And ultimately, I don't think that this is that bad of a project. There's like a decent amount of songs that I do enjoy on here a lot. But all in all, top to bottom, I feel like he had a really amazing intro with Champagne Poetry and then really ultimately did not take it much of anywhere substantial. Sounds like a self-parody or like a Take Care Too, but like as an SNL skit. So I mean, it could have been worse, but it definitely could have been a whole lot better. 5.2 out of 10.
I think 6 might have taken over the force.
Jimmy Prime, what was his role?
You know, I did a review on my channel, you know, back when Honestly Nevermind came out, and I dunked on the album a lot. I really hated it. And now I still hate it. I don't know why you thought I was going to say something else. And this project like really reinforced the hate that I have for Drake's fan base because, you know, all the coping and defense that they like shot out like, oh, it depends on where you're at when you listen to it. And, oh, like maybe if you was at Fashion Week or you was up in the clothing stores where they be, y'all don't even be there. Y'all don't be in the club where they're playing fucking "Your pussy is calling my name." Y'all don't be there. They're playing this at gay clubs. That's where you niggas are at? You niggas are dancing with the drag queens, telling me I don't know how to consume music? That's what y'all are doing? The vocals on here are weak. The melodies are downright questionable, and a lot of this shit is just yawn worthy with no direction. Some of these songs don't even feel like songs. It's just like random beat switches that are, you know, ultimately misplaced, and they don't really go anywhere. You can't really make one concise topic out of all the shit that he's just saying. He's just moaning over these fucking weak ass house beats. You niggas don't even like house music. Fucking y'all didn't even know what house music was until Beyonce dropped Renaissance, nigga. Like, y'all... I like Sticky and Flights Booked a lot. Well, I wouldn't even say a lot because I feel like he missed some decent potential on Flights Booked. But yeah, this album sucks. 3 out of 10.
And Daddy's name is next to the GOAT. Does that mean that Daddy's the GOAT?
Yes. So it's Daddy Go.
Daddy GOAT.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Out of nowhere, for some reason, Drake's like, oh, I'm dropping a collab with 21. It's called Her Loss. And then he's like, oh, wait, I do have talent and charisma. Let's put that into my music again. I will say the chemistry that Drake had with 21 wasn't as strong as it was with Future, but I will say I enjoyed this project more than I did with What a Time to Be Alive. We're all top to bottom. There was pretty great rapping on here, and there wasn't like a slew of just shit bars that like Drake is very capable of doing, like when he just forgets how to write and stuff. Granted, he don't always be right I'm sorry. But privileged rappers, more M's. Stop flying in my fucking... I like those songs. 8.5 out of 10? Yeah.
Another thing about Drake, your music, it seems like you just bored now. Your music have no purpose. People talking about, oh, he dissing this, he dissing that. Bro, Drake, I don't give a fuck what he did.
I have so much to say about For All the Dogs, and I plan on dropping a full review of For All the Dogs because I've listened to it top to bottom, you know, like so many times. Really just trying to digest everything that I heard, you know what I'm saying? I'm always like that when it comes to albums. Like, I gotta listen to it a whole bunch of times. But I'd say this is one of, if not his most polarizing albums ever. I love Virginia Beach, as well as Tried Our Best. I think they're some of the best songs that Drake has made in the past decade. Ultimately, I do think this project has some like really awesome highs, like some shit that I honestly just love, and it like makes me like I like do this shit again, Drake, like type shit. But then he put Gently with Bad Bunny on the project, and I think that might be the one. That might be like Drake's worst song ever. I studied Spanish all 4 years of high school. So, you know, like I'm pretty well versed in the language and stuff. Granted, I am a bit rusty because I haven't used it much. But even I was able to tell off of first listen that, you know, why the fuck did he do that? The nigga on the song talking about some me gusta and shit. His conjugations were off. It really just felt like he put his English verse into Google Translate and was like, look what I did, Mr. Bunny. Are you proud of me? And even then, when he was singing and rapping in English, he had some of his worst and most just cringeworthy bars and lines that Drake has ever dropped. I feel like I'm bi because you're one of the guys, girl. So I guess a spoiler alert to the full review and stuff. My mind might change over time, but right now I'm gonna say 6 out of 10. It'll probably stay the same, but 6 out of 10. But yeah, that is Drake's whole Discog thingy. I definitely would make this a series. So like, please like watch it, have some engagement, talk to me in the comments and stuff. Give me a reason to, well, honestly, or don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for me. I like doing what the fuck I do, nigga. Don't care if y'all watch it. I do care. I'm sorry. I'm trying to... Fuck. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Yeah.